Hello and welcome, my name's Jessica Rose. In this video I'm going to show you how to make some hoop bead earrings. Wonderful project, very versatile, you can use it with lots of different beads or crystals, and I'm doing a central one at the bottom, but you could keep it consistent all the way around as well. So what we're going to be using for the project today, I've got some nylon wire over here, which I'm going to use to thread on my beads. I've got a head pin which has a ball on the end, ball-ended head pin. I'm going to use this to make my ear wire, or you could buy a shop bought ear wire or make your own ear wires as well. We have a video on that. And I'm using a crimp, or sometimes they're called crimp tubes. This one is 1.2 millimeters. It doesn't need to be that exact same size, but something similar is useful. Then a selection of beads that I'm going to use for my earring and my plier set. So I've got some side cutters over here, and I've got some round nose pliers, some chain nose pliers, which are flat on the inside and pointed on the outside, and some flat nose pliers as well. So let's get started. To begin with, I'm going to take a length of nylon wire that is plenty enough to do my whole hoop and a little bit extra for each end as well. And I'm going to thread on my central bead. So I'm using a briolette in the center, which is a bead that is drilled at the top, and then I'm going to thread on all my other beads. So I'm just going to start off with just threading on the whole design. And I'm using a nylon wire. You could also use any other beading wire that you have to hand. It doesn't matter too much what you use for this. Sometimes I've used tiger tail, which has some colouring to it, so it gives a slightly different effect for some pieces. For this piece, because we're covering all of it with beads, it doesn't matter at all. We won't be able to tell the difference. So I'm just checking my design. I've got 5 on each side. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same on the other. And I'm going to go ahead and also do the white beads for the top as well. Okay, so once you have all your beads on for your design, I'm just going to bring together the two ends and double check that I'm happy with it, and it will naturally give a really nice loop. And it does work well to have bigger beads at the bottom and smaller ones at the top, because it kind of helps with the shape. So what I'm going to do now is take the two ends of my nylon wire. One of them's a bit longer than the other, so I'm just going to cut it down. And I'm going to thread through my crimp bead over both of those wires and pop it all the way down to the bottom. Next up, I'm going to thread the two wires back through the crimp and just pull them through, and I've got my finger there to stop it from going all the way, and I'll use something, either a finger or just holding on to the edge, because what I want to do is create a little loop there, and I'm just going to leave that like that for just a moment while I work on my ear wire next. So I've got my head pin, which I'm going to use to make my ear wire. Take my round nose pliers and put it just in the bottom there. I just want to make a very small loop here, so I'm using the smaller end of my round nose pliers, and using a finger or a thumb I'm going to wrap it all the way around. It meets at the back. Take it out and place the whole thing into your pliers. And this time I'm going right at the base of my pliers because I want to make a much bigger loop. And the direction that the original loop is facing, I want to go in the opposite direction. So using a finger or thumb, I'm going to push round all the way till it touches just at the back. And I want to make sure that I don't get this square plate at the bottom, but I'm working on the circular bit of the pliers. Then I'm going to take it out. I've got a nice little ear wire to work with. So now I'm going to thread this through this loop that I've created with my two little wires. So you'll see there's two little wires there. I'm going to thread it through those all the way around. I don't want it to come off, and just capture it in that little section there. Now I'm going to pull my wires nice and tight, just to bring it to the position that I want it, and then I'm ready to close that crimp. So I get my chain nose pliers, place it over the top of the crimp, making sure I'm not squashing any beads or anything like that. I'm going to do one firm push just to hold it in place. I don't want to do lots of pushes because I can break the crimp that way. And then cut off the excess bits of nylon with my side cutters. And I may need to close this loop at the top a tiny bit more, but it looks pretty close to me now, so I'm just going to double check. And sometimes I use my fingers to open this out a bit because it's got to fit the earlobe in. And that is it. Simple. That is your finished bead hoop earring, and you can see there is another one here. So I hope you enjoy making this project. I would love to see what you guys have made, so do come over and join us. We have a Facebook group for Jewelers Academy. We'd love to see what you've made, so do come over and share them there. We also love seeing your stuff on social media, so feel free to tag us at Jewelers Academy. And if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for lots more tutorials and projects in how to make jewellery and also how to start and grow a jewellery business. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I see you on another video very soon. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you would like to find out more about our free online courses and join our community, visit us at jewelersacademy.com.